Hey everyone, Frank here. So look what I have here, my Book of the Month box. So I don't have a video for the last 2 months for this because I got Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez and The Ministry of Time for last month's Book of the Month. And when you get audiobooks, I think you can only get one at a time, which is poopy. So this time I kind of made up for it and I may have bought 5 boxes. I meant 5 books, but I'm not editing, I'm done editing. Okay, so I'm looking better in the sun. We're gonna stay here. So this first one is a short story collection. It has 7 stories in it, and all the titles are on the front here. On the back side, we have all the authors. First of all, how do I get in this book? How do I write for you Book of the Month? Book of the Month box, let me know. But apparently this is volume 0. It's the very first one that they're trying out, and I think this is a cool idea. One of the main reasons I ended up getting this, besides the thriller spooky feeling to the stories that it said it would have, is that sometimes you just don't want to read a full book. Sometimes you're feeling burnt out, and I feel like this is a perfect way to just read a short story, and then you got some reading in your system, and you also don't feel defeated not finishing a full-length novel. Okay, so this next book wasn't my Book of the Month pick, but I still had to get it. It sounded good. It's called One Star Romance by Laura Hankin. So the main reason I had to get this book was due to its premise. So I guess there's a point in the story where the man rates the woman's book a 1 star that she published, but yet they still connect in some sort of way. Personally, I don't know if I could date a man who rates my book a 1 star. You better be rating it a 6 star at least. But this might surprise me. It might be a cute story. It sounded good, so I had to check it out. Okay, so this next book was my Book of the Month pick, A Talent for Murder by Peter Swanson. I own a couple of his books, have not read one still. I'm so sorry, Peter. So this book is one of those stories where 2 people have been married for a long time, and one of them may or may not be a serial killer, and that's always a gut-wrenching feeling to think, what if you've been with your partner for many, many, many years, and then you start discovering these weird things about them, and that they could actually be a really dangerous criminal. I don't ever want to be in that position. Please, world, don't put me in that position, please. These next 2 books I got, they just sounded different, sounded like something that I wanted to add to my life, to enrich it. So, Jonathan's Guide to Life by Helen Fisher. So this revolves a man who is neurodivergent. I am neurodivergent myself. And it's just him, going through life and coping with certain things. And that's something that, I haven't read something like this, or at least what sounds like this, in a long time. And sometimes you just need that. I don't know if it's going to be feel good. I don't know if it's going to be really emotional and sad, or a mix of the two. But I felt like I had to check it out. I just felt something on my arm, and I didn't know if a bird pooped on me or a bee stung me. Unfortunately, it was neither. So the last book that I have is Jackpot Summer by Alyssa Friedland, and this is one of those books where a family wins a bunch of money from the lottery, and they think that's going to change their lives, but they are sadly mistaken. And I don't know why this felt like it, but I felt like this could be a book where if my family and myself, if we had won a bunch of money, I just have a weird feeling, I can maybe relate to that in some alternate universe. I think those complicated family dynamics are interesting to read, so I'm curious to see how this is. So that was May's Book of the Month box. Follow for more. Have a super special awesome day, and bye!